When was the last time that you were able to share the life-giving story of Jesus? Hi, this is Will here with some mission insights, and I think if we're all honest, the chances are it's been a while. But let's change that. I know it may seem difficult, but when you break it down, it's really not. Now, one of the things that we talk about in Discipleship Pathway are blessed rhythms, which are simply 5 missional rhythms that we want to incorporate into every aspect of our lives. It's an acrostic that makes it easy to remember. BLESS, and the last S stands for story. And that just means being willing to share your story and be willing to share God's story. You know, during the holidays, we have an opportunity because we find ourselves around people we sometimes won't or don't get to see any other time of the year. Sometimes it's those near and dear, or sometimes it could be strangers. Well, here's the good news. Jesus loves them all. Christmas is a time where we celebrate the miracle that God came down and stepped into our context, into our world, to show us what grace looks like, what love looks like. And that's something worth sharing, isn't it? So I want to give you 2 ways that you can use the S or story through the Christmas season. So the first one is be willing to share your story. I mean, it's so simple. Why do you like Christmas so much? Or what does it mean to you? Beyond the trees and the tinsel and the stocking stuffers, what is the real reason that you celebrate Christmas? Now, don't use this as a time to preach at people, but use it to share your story, what it means to you. No pressuring. That's not what they need. What they need is truth from someone they trust. Discipleship moves at the speed of relationships. So focus on those relationships, not your sales pitch. And the second thing I think is also really, really a really important step that many of us skip. And so much we may even miss it. So this Christmas, I want you to share the Christmas story with yourself. Now, just hear me out. Listen, on the daily, every day, there are so many different things that compete for our affection and our attention, and it has an impact of us. It shapes us. Every one of us is being shaped or discipled by something. And whatever that is, if it's not Jesus, what are you being shaped by? Or what are you being shaped into? And during this season, the noise of so many different voices can get so loud it can be deafening. How can I stay focused on Jesus when there seems to be just so much going on? Well, I think we need, and I know that I need, to hear the Christmas story every day. I need to remind myself why we celebrate, the meaning behind it all, the truth of it. And I think if you're honest, you probably do too. See, I think we can make Christmas into so many things that are far from the actual reason we celebrate. And somehow, and we make it all about us or other things. So this Christmas, tell yourself the Christmas story. That God isn't this distant thing that's far off. He's with you, and he loves you. And Jesus came to bring peace on earth and goodwill towards mankind. Isaiah 7:14 reminds us, behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and his name shall be Emmanuel. That is, God with us. Merry Christmas.